Everyone talks about building a dream home in Bloxburg, but what if I just built everything? What if I recreated the entire universe? A place so infinite and powerful it bends time, swallows light, and holds every star you've ever seen. To capture this project, I split it into 3 separate builds. The cosmic web, the vastness of the entire universe. The galaxy, a collection of stars and planets within the cosmic web. And black holes, a powerful force hidden within the galaxy. So scary! I've built mansions, cities, and even phobias, but I wanted to see if Bloxburg had the capabilities to create something even bigger. Space in its simplest form is an endlessly growing void in our universe. Without any stars or galaxies, it's just pitch black. This is our starting point. From this empty template, we'll be creating the universe. The first step is to create the main body of the black hole, known as the singularity. Anyways, the singularity is the point where gravitational pull is so strong that time curves infinitely. So I spent the next 10 hours creating the center of the black hole. Heads up, I had to redo this project 3 times. My first attempt, I jumped into build mode with high hopes, and I made a sphere of the singularity using cylinders. This was the end result. I then created the rings, and this is how it turned out. Then I realized it's not the best that you could do in Bloxburg, so then I deleted it and started the whole thing again. This time I used triangles to try and create the sphere, or in short, that failed. And finally, with a friend's suggestion, I made it using rectangles. And another 10 hours later, and I had a good base to work with. And the main body was complete. Now the hardest, most difficult section of this build is creating the accretion, or the fountain sphere. Hours and millions of dollars were put into creating these rings. Each row of lights literally costed 100k plus each. Please help me. And after countless adjustments, this was the end result. This build alone cost 4.4 million and I still got 2 more to do. Oh yeah, fun fact, if you stand too close to a black hole, it can result in spaghettification, which is when an object is stretched and torn by the black hole's intense gravity. And with that, the first build was complete. From the outside, it looks like it's hidden inside a large box, which I find funny because if someone asked me, I could literally say,
"Huh? What's inside that box?"
Just a black hole. It represents a small part of the infinitely large universe that I'm building.
What? Ever.
Spawning in again on an empty plot, this time to create a galaxy. A quick Google search told me the Milky Way spans over 100,000 light years. Meanwhile, I've got a 60 by 60 plot to work with. That's plenty of space. Starting off, I had to recreate the black hole in the center of the galaxy, which you guys now know is called the singularity. Here, I tried several versions of creating that, but this one was the winner, mostly because I ran out of time and patience. I originally transformed the fog machine using basic shapes, which would have taken days, maybe even weeks. However, I came up with a solution by just placing down a big floor and spamming these fog machines in a spiral pattern around the singularity. This saved me tens of thousands of dollars and a week, which would have been spent manually transforming each fog machine. Task 2 was adding fireflies on the scene to act as stars in the galaxy. I'm so glad Bloxburg added these, and after several hours of placing down these fireflies, this is how it turned out. It was okay, but not good. The thing is, Bloxburg didn't exactly have the tools to recreate a galaxy. Like, I couldn't adjust the thickness of the smoke or the direction the smoke was traveling, which is what makes a galaxy recognizable, by its swirling pattern and the varying thickness of the clouds that surround it. I understand. I mean, adding a feature like that is extremely specific. Like, even building a black hole was a stretch. I mean, as I wasn't able to accurately represent a real one due to plot data. Another few hours later and the galaxy was looking better as the colors were blending, the fog was fogging, the stars were shimmering. However, it seemed Bloxburg had a limit to how many fog machines could be operating in one build. I mean, look, half the galaxy isn't even loading in. I mean, as much as I do love Bloxburg, it does come with limitations. Wait, should I say ROBLOX since Bloxburg is on the platform called Anyways, so with what I was given, here's the galaxy I created. Yes, you still see the fog machines. To each our own. I don't know if I used that phrase properly. Anyways, time for a cinematic reveal. Guys, that was me making that voice. No, I'm serious. It was actually me. It was me. Edwin Hubble discovered that the Milky Way isn't the only galaxy in our universe, but one of many others that exist.
Who?
Edwin Hubble
Asked.
Once again, you guys know where I am. An empty plot, a 60 by 60 space, and this time a plan to make something called the Cosmic Web. You may wonder, how does that represent the universe, Mickle Pickle? Well, it's basically the entirety of our universe. Now imagine every galaxy, every star, everything, all strung together by invisible threads. That's the cosmic web. It's just a visual representation of that. That's why this will be the final part of this project. Now look at these two images. Can you guess which one I'm going to try and recreate? They're both pictures of the cosmic web, by the way. So pick one between the two. Wrong. None of them. This one was my reference photo. So step one was to craft the web, or the proper term, nodes or clusters. Creating something as complex as this really does take time, as I did have to layer these webs, and to be as realistic as possible, the cosmic web isn't flat, so these webs have to extend forward, back, left, right, up, down, you know, everywhere. Time for a dramatic time lapse. Layer 1 is done, now time for layer 2. Layer 2 is done. Now these thinner webs I made are called filaments. To create them, I just had to manually place down these LED lights on a basic shape and then duplicate them. While I was building, I had reached the plot data like 5 times. I mean, it makes sense since I don't think Bloxburg has the capacity to build the entirety of a universe on a plot. My original plan for this cosmic web was for it to look like it extended endlessly. But from afar you can see it's barely finished. Like, it's 5% completed if I'm honest. But with my plot data maxed out, I can't do anything else. Okay, I'm actually excited to show you guys this. Cinematic reveal number 3. But this time it's for all of the builds all at once. Everyone talks about building the next great idea, but what if all those ideas are summed up in one build? That's what this project was for. For that day, I say, I want to build a castle, tum 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 suhur, or a house for my pet Nacho. I can just load this plot and say somewhere inside this cosmic web, those builds I dream of exist. In the beginning, I wanted to see if Bloxburg had the capabilities to create something even bigger. And I guess it did. And even if Bloxburg is just a game, for a second I got to hold the universe in my hands. Not in a bad way like world domination, but just being proud of what I created. And it was fun. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video and if you like these type of videos. Subscribe if you want to support the channel, and see you in the next video. Have an amazing day, night, morning, afternoon, midday, mid-morning, mid-afternoon.